The future of Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, TMH, is now at a critical crossroads, with a major new agreement putting the fate of the city's hospital system into the hands of the Tallahassee City Commissioners. Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare and Florida State University, FSU, have reached a significant deal that, if approved by local officials, would see TMH become fully integrated into FSU Health. But here's where it gets controversial. The arrangement involves transferring ownership and control of the city-owned hospital facilities to the university, raising questions about the implications for community control and public trust. This developing partnership between TMH and FSU was unveiled in a September 16th email sent to hospital staff, a move that has since sparked considerable debate among Tallahassee residents and healthcare stakeholders. The proposed shift represents a dramatic shift from TMH's historical status as a community-owned hospital to becoming part of FSU's growing academic medical enterprise, mirroring the University of Florida's long-established model, known for its extensive healthcare network. Marco Bryant, TMH's CEO, emphasized in his letter to employees that maintaining local control was a core priority throughout negotiations. And he expressed confidence that this new partnership would position both the hospital and the community for a stronger and healthier future. Supporting this perspective, FSU President Richard McCullough highlighted their shared commitment to keeping the hospital locally governed, saying the collaboration merges TMH's community-focused care with FSU's dedication to academic excellence, education, and cutting-edge research. According to McCullough, this vision aims to create a regional beacon for innovative medicine, combining high-quality patient care with pioneering medical education and research efforts. One crucial point for many is that TMH's daily operations from patient care to employment terms are expected to remain largely unchanged in the immediate future. The hospital finance operations will stay separate from the university system, and current staff will retain their positions and compensation. However, over time, TMH will gradually rebrand itself as part of the FSU Health system, adopting its name and colors, signaling deeper integration into the academic medical framework. Yet, this deal isn't final until the Tallahassee City Commission gives its green light. This approval process, however, lacks a clear, established roadmap, creating uncertainty and fueling public concern. City Manager Reese Goad acknowledged the absence of a standardized procedure and stressed that any change involving city-owned assets will require input and approval from city leaders. Some city commissioners are already advocating for open public discussions before making such a consequential decision, though Goad expressed confidence that these meetings are not technically mandatory. Underlying these developments is a complex history. TMH operates independently through a nonprofit board, but the physical assets, the hospital buildings, land, equipment, and more, are owned by the city under a lease established decades ago. The hospital's origins date back to 1948, beginning humbly as Baptist Hospital, formed by 6 community members meeting in a small wooden barracks. Over time, the facility moved to a more modern location with a sprawling campus, all while the city retained ownership of the property, despite day-to-day operations being handled by TMH's nonprofit board. The new agreement would reshape governance. Approximately half of TMH's board members would come from FSU, creating a 9-to-8 split favoring TMH by just 1 seat. Interestingly, members of FSU's politically appointed board of trustees would initially not join the TMH board, reflecting a careful balancing act to soothe concerns about political interference. The arrangement also secures TMH's right of first refusal should FSU decide to sell or transfer the medical assets in the future. For patients, proponents of the deal stress the benefits: expanded access to specialized medical treatments and services right here in Tallahassee, reducing the need for long-distance travel to major hospitals elsewhere in Florida. TMH and FSU officials promise that the hospital's charity care policies for uninsured and underinsured patients will continue unchanged, aiming to keep care accessible for all community members. But the merger talks have not been without discord. The negotiations, which have been ongoing for years behind closed doors, came to light amid accusations of a hostile takeover by FSU, with critics claiming that key decisions were made without adequate public involvement. Some local doctors worry the transition to an academic health center might prompt physicians who prefer focusing solely on patient care to leave, worried that the teaching and research focus may not align with their practice styles. Meanwhile, community members and hospital advocates have voiced strong opposition, fearing loss of local control and increased state influence over healthcare services. It's important to note that this is not FSU's first foray into hospital partnerships. FSU and TMH have already collaborated on establishing a FSU Health Center on the TMH campus in Tallahassee, and launched a new acute care hospital under the FSU Health brand in Panama City Beach. This existing partnership has involved substantial financial investment, with TMH reportedly investing between $30 million and $50 million in the Panama City project alone, creating additional pressure to solidify the relationship. Ultimately, this landmark agreement could transform the healthcare landscape in Tallahassee and the broader North Florida region. It promises new opportunities for medical research, education, and enhanced patient services. But it also raises critical questions about community voice, governance, and the balance between local control and academic health center growth. What do you think? Is this partnership a bold step forward for healthcare innovation in Tallahassee? Or does it risk sidelining the community's input and interests? Could this model serve as a blueprint for other cities? Or might it provoke more controversies about state influence in public healthcare? Share your thoughts and join the conversation on this pivotal issue shaping the future of health services in the region.